Hello everyone, hope you're all well. I have been busy in the garden. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in the northeast of England and County Durham. It's beautiful. And I have been painting a fence outside, so I've got some little black dots on me that I'm slowly getting rid of, and a few scratches. But anyway, there's a couple of things that I'm doing at the moment. So the first thing is I'm making some hearts. So this is my niece's wedding is coming up in August, and for the hen party I'm making these for the people attending the hen party, and of course the bride. I'm making these hearts. So this is the template that I used, and I cut, you know, I drew sort of a bit of extra, well, I didn't draw it, I just cut it out, I think. I can't remember now. Only did it yesterday. Anyway, so I've done that, and what I intended to do was sew them together and then add, excuse my fingers because I've just been out in the garden, and it was somebody had come to the door, and when people come to the door, when I seated them to the door, I often sort of check the garden and just went out there and started weeding. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to create these hearts. Now, some of this is one of the reasons why I use this particular fabric. It's I always forget the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. Where it's sort of embossed. Do you know, I never remember the name, but I was watching a video yesterday and somebody mentioned the name of it and I can't remember. Anyway, it's sort of like it's an old vintage embossed tablecloth that I've cut, and actually this wasn't a tablecloth, this was a napkin, but it was quite a large napkin. There was two of them, so I used 1.5. So this is the other, which is a little bit more, it's whiter, and it's also a little bit more shiny and flimsy, but I don't mind that. This is a bit thicker. So what I originally thought I would do is I would have the heart this size, and what I wanted to do was have something sort of sticking out the edges, so it's got a frayed effect. Well, not effect, it will be frayed, so it would be a frayed edge, and then but I would also add something inside that's sort of stuck in between the two, you know, pieces of fabric, so that you've got this sort of thicker effect on the edges where it's and more of a frayed edge. I'm trying to explain it. I'm not doing very well, but anyway, that was my plan. Now I've left a large border there. I didn't need to leave that margin around there because it's very big. I didn't need to leave it that big, but it doesn't matter. I was trying to make sure that I had enough fabric and what have you, and they can be very they can all be slightly different. I'm not being too you know, precious about them. So that's the plan, and then when I've finished sewing around them and you know, putting them together and sort of having the right shape, then I was going to start to decorate them on the outside. And I'm going to use some of the vintage laces and what have you that I've recently acquired. When I got this fabric, no, this is, what am I talking about? This was in my drawer, so it was already in my stash, this one. So yeah, but what I'm going to decorate it with will more than likely be some from my stash and some from the, you know, the bits and pieces that I bought recently. You know, it's a lot and I want to use it up. So that's my plan. I've got 7 of them. And the bride is having, I think she's going to have a larger one or a more decorative one. And then the next thing is I have this, this again, it's another fabric like that. It's a similar embossed fabric. What's the name of it? Oh, it's really annoying when you can't remember something. It's got holes in and it's stained as well, so I don't mind using this as my piece. So this will be Roxy's Journal of Stitchery is doing a coverlet. It's Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 8, and the plan is to create a coverlet from either one background with lots of, you know, embellishment on the top, or lots of smaller pieces of a white background or a cream background, I guess, and then, you know, you add in what you want to create an interesting coverlet for your room or whatever you want as a gift, whatever. So this is quite a large tablecloth that I'm using here, and I'm happy to use it because, as I said, it is ripped. It has got some cat hair there. That's definitely Bobby's. You know, it has got stains on it, and I won't use it. I've got much nicer ones that are not stained like this. Now, the other thing is, I'm happy if I want to extend it, then I would just add more fabric to it. So I would add pieces to it if I wanted to extend it. But this is big enough for me to make a start for sure. I mean, I'm fairly slow at, well, you probably realise that I'm a slow worker, and you know, it's going to take me a while to do. So that's the plan. I've just put a bag of fabrics out for washing. The excuse me for not being there. Let me just grab a handful of things. It's a shame because the things that I put out for washing are the colourful ones. But these are the things that I showed you. I washed them and pressed them, and I won't be using that, but let's just see if there's anything. So I would use something like that. I would consider using that. That's gorgeous. I'd consider adding that in. There's another, these are 4 beautiful, actually, really beautiful doilies. No, not doilies, what am I saying? Serviette napkins, yeah. They're not, I did wonder about that. When I saw this, I thought, well, that doesn't really go with that. And now I've realised whoever got these sewed these on, you can see. And they also did a little bit of stitching there as well. It's a little bit of hand stitching. So yeah, so there's a few of them, but I probably won't use them. I might keep them. I didn't get these from that haul that I got. I got these from Oxfam shop for I think it's 4 napkins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 napkins for £1.49. I think they're well worth it. They're in excellent condition. They're lovely as well. Lovely fabric. So I'll just put them there. So these are the things that I won't be using. So I would use something like that. Again, this was from the Oxfam shop. It's quite thin. I've got a lot of these, so I would definitely consider using that. I've got things like these doilies. The rest of them that came from the hoard that I recently showed you, the vintage hoard, they are out to wash. So this is just one that's left over there. Oh no, there's another one here. It's a little doily, and there's a nice cutwork cloth tray tray cloth. This has got stains on it, so I would consider using that. So that will go in that pile. This is too big, so I won't be using that. This is an old, it's lovely fabric. It's an old pillowcase, and it has this lace around the edge, which I really like, really nice. And it's coming off here, so I will be using that. And it does have some really pretty fabric buttons. So the other part of this, because this, if you look on this side, you can see that the piece of the other side of the, you know, the pillowcase has been cut out, and it has buttons like this on the edge of it. So that's, I thought I'd lost a couple of them when I washed them, but I haven't. They're on another piece. So yeah, so I love that lace. I think it's lovely. The fabric itself is gorgeous as well. So I'll put that in. I probably won't use the fabric, but I will use the lace. Another lovely piece of lace, and I would use that. I love this. I'll show you this in a minute. I think I might have showed you it before. There's this. Love that. Isn't that sweet? So I think I'll just have one of those. So because I've got one there, so I won't use that. Got that. That pretty flower on. Handkerchief there. It's already been dyed and it's stained, so I could use some of that. That might be quite nice, using the edge. There's nothing wrong with that. It isn't stained at all. One of them. And, well, actually, there's quite a few of those, so I might use one or two. There's another one of those, but this one is plain, so maybe that might go on. I won't be using that because it's in perfect condition, so I'm going to put that on this pile. There's a little bit of embroidery there. I would consider having a square of that or something, or, you know, and there's some on that side as well because it is stained. It's a nice linen, but I would definitely consider using that. This one, I don't know if it's all scrunched up like that. Yeah, I'll use this. So there's lots of options. Not that. This is interesting. It's a very, I think it's a towel, what they call a hand towel. It's really beautiful. I might, oh, it's got a bit of a rip there, but I could fix that. But I was thinking I might hang that somewhere. I think it's just beautiful, and I love the fabric. So I won't use that, even though it's ripped. This is just a plain piece. I won't use that. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using that. Another, this is ripped. It's got this lovely lace edge, and I could cut this bit out here and use that. So I'm going to be putting that in. This is a nice piece to do some work on, actually, because it is linen, and it would look nice doing some work on that. This one, ripped, lovely edges that I would definitely use, so some of that. These are those vintage, oh, I hope you can see what I've been doing. These are those vintage edges, and I don't think I'll be using that. I'm not keen on the colour of the fabric, in the background fabric. This is really pretty, and I could cut it out, but I just don't think, I think I might do something else with those, or let somebody have them. That's just a plain piece of linen. I'm going to keep that. Another plain piece of linen I'll keep. And a round oily that I'll keep. Love this. I really love this. I think it's stunning with this blue edge. It's beautiful. It's linen. It's got this really pretty embroidery. I don't want to use it, I don't think, on there. I think I can find other ones to use. Another one of those tray, a It's an oval one. It's got lovely embroidery on it, but I don't want to use that. And then more of these things, doilies. I won't be using that. I've got this and this. So what I would do with these is cut out these squares like I did with this, and just make whatever, you know, with it, because I've got 2 of these, at least 2, so I can cut the squares out and use them. They'll make a nice decoration. And this is not going in, I'm going to make something else with that. But look at that lace, just look at that. How gorgeous is that? And it's a long piece, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I just love it, absolutely love it. I might just use it in my everyday. Let's see if there's anything else interesting to show you. Just grab, see if there's anything. There's bigger pieces, some smaller pieces here. So we've got this. It's, again, I cut a piece of that off. Did I think I've put it in. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, looks different. But yeah, so I cut that off there. Another one of those. I probably won't use that, to be honest. I might use it for something else. Got these. I don't think I'll be using those. This is interesting. It's not something, I mean, I might cut it out, but I'm not really sure. I'll leave it for now. Oh yeah, so this is stained. It's another one of those towel things, or cloths. I'm not really sure, but it's very pale, but it is pretty. I think somebody just added that in. I don't think it was meant to be there, you know, originally. It's one of those unusual, but it's got a stain there. It's got it is sort of that embossed type fabric. Sorry, I'm just flapping around. Somebody told me off about that. Okay, and another piece of that. I might I'll leave that out. And another piece. Love that colour. I'm going to keep that in because I just love that colour. It's different. I've got quite a few of these, so I'm going to use these as little coasters in my house, but I do have quite a few, so I might add 1 or 2, and then another one of these, and you can see the difference in the colour. So you've got like a more of a creamy one there and a white one there. So I will keep those both in. So this is already a pile of, quite a big pile actually, of things that I could use with that. And then that's a pile that I wouldn't be using right now. I've also got this. This is a really long edge piece that came off a tablecloth. And I could use some of that. In fact, well, no, I mean, I was just wondering if I could edge it with this. That would be gorgeous, but I don't think it's big enough. But it's lovely, really lovely. There's a lot of it, but probably not big enough for the project. But it's certainly, I could cut some pieces off it. And what else? Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I've got this, another piece that came off, and more of this sort of thing. Yeah, sort of these were washed, but I didn't iron them. I don't know why. Oh yeah, so this would be interesting, but it's not keen on the colour. But look how ripped it is. I mean, it is in a bit of a mess. But that could be quite nice, added in, pieces of it added in. It's very, very thin. So, you know, I could take a corner off and add that in or something. So that's another piece. Another one of those. More of that type of fabric. Pretty sure I washed these. Yeah, so more of the same. That one's in nice condition. I wouldn't use that, I don't think. Oh, my stomach's rumbling as it does, as it likes to do. Right, I think that's it. The rest are pillowcases and bits of fabric, and the other things, the more delicate looking things, are in the wash. So just so you know, and there is this. So I've got a few of these now. I could add something like that. I don't know if I'd add that one, but I could add. That needs washing. So yeah, so I just thought I'd show you some of the things in terms of, you know, the paler fabrics, the creams and the whites, and some of the fabrics that I got from my recent hoard. So yeah, there's a lot there to be going on with. I'll just see if there's something here I want to show you. There is a couple of things. Yeah, I'll show you these. So these, again, in the hoard. So the reason I'm showing you this and not my mountain of fabrics that I've got already is because these were in that hoard that I recently got, and I need to use them. So I've got a number of these. Some of them are badly stained, but isn't that interesting? It's very, very orange. I quite like it, really, in a way, but yeah, I wouldn't keep it, but I think that could work somewhere. Probably wouldn't use this. This is that Irish cottage, although the cottage is quite nice. Could maybe use it, but I don't think so. This is, oh yeah, this hasn't been washed. I don't know what that is. Is that interesting? I mean, I need to do something with it, so maybe that could add texture, but it needs washing. And the same. Oh no, this is different. Yeah, I've given one of these away already. This one was really badly ripped, so I gave the other one away, but they need washing. And then there's that lovely pretty doily, and then that one, and I would use those. And then I've got these sorts of things. You can see they've never been used, but you know, they might add a nice you know, a little bit of colour or just something interesting. I don't know. This one, I love this one. Oh, look how badly stained it is. Oh dear. But I do quite like the back as well. You know, you could take a corner off and have that as the back. Very soft. And on this side, actually, you could easily take some of that off. It's badly stained on one side, more so on that side. But I'm pretty sure I could get something out of that, because I quite like that in a weird way. Yellow one with white. They're not something I would normally use, to be honest, but I think this project might encourage me to use some. You know, cutting a little piece off and adding other things, this sort of thing. I'll probably use this for something else. This won't go on there. But more of these. And a really bright pink one here. There's some blue ones. That one's stained as well. But yeah, so you know, lots to. I'll show you the freshly washed things when they come back. Because I don't think you've seen those. Oh, and there's this piece here as well. This came off. I mean, I didn't cut it off. It was already off something. So that was there as well. Nice little bit of edging there. That needs to be washed. So yeah, so that's it really. These are the sort of things that I will be using along with my own sort of stash of things. Just see if I've got anything I can show you. Well, nothing that you haven't. It's going to say nothing that you haven't already seen, but let me just see. So yeah, things like this. Some really pretty, you know, sample fabric. They're not samples, but you know, bits of fabric, small pieces. And I've actually just ordered some off Etsy. Some of the type, the Chinese, I think, that I'm buying the colours that I wanted, some stripes and you know, for borrow work. But I think it would look nice with this sort of thing. That was from my stash that I've had for a long time, but a little bit of sample stuff. That so these sorts of things will go in. Some of them are antique, some vintage. That would be vintage. And that, I don't think there's any. Oh, it's lovely. I'm not sure if there's any antique amongst this lot, but it's certainly vintage. That's a piece of mine that I've had for a while. And that, this has got to be quite old. Beautiful colours. That, that, and then I've had that for a long time. And then that, and then there's just so much more of it. I can't, if I showed you, I'd be here all day. Just seeing if there's anything that I would like to use in particular. Well, I've got, there's another bit there. I've got a piece of blue if I wanted to use. There's these satin, got that very colourful. These satin, oh, see, I don't know what colours I'm going to use, but that's pretty. Green, more of that. These are all the satiny ones. Oh, there's a bit of ticking style there. Oh yeah, there's a colour on that. So these mostly, oh look at that. I remember where I got that from. I won't talk about it right now, but yeah, I used it in an art piece. But anyway, yeah, more vintage. Some of these pieces I've had for a long time, like that, and some I've used in journals. I used that in a Christmas journal, again vintage. And then I got this big piece at a market. It was an antique market, but it's not antique. I don't think it's even vintage. I don't know, but I don't think it is. And it doesn't bother me because I like the colour and I love the colours. So, you know, things like this, colourful, bright things as well. So a good mix of fabrics. But as I said, I have no idea. Some more here. I have no idea what my plan is. I don't have a plan. More there from, yeah, and things like this that could add texture. But yeah, we'll see. I really don't know, and I need to sort of think about it and maybe consider colours and things like that, because, you know, I don't know if I'm going to give it away as a gift or whether I'll keep it. I would really like to make two, but you know, it's a lot of work. Got this beautiful piece here. This is I love this. Yeah, this is vintage. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. There's lovely sunflowers. I love it. But you know, a piece of that, you're not really going to see the effect. You know, unless you used a large piece. Let's see, anything else? Got things like that for texture. Got this, another one of those doily things, and then some linen-y fabric actually need to keep that out. I'm going to be doing something with that. Let me see. I mean, I've got 3 massive cases of this stuff. Right. A lovely piece there. That's antique. And that's an old pillowcase that I use. I use that quite regularly actually. And then I've got some hand-dyed things. More of this. I don't know why I'm just keep going, but there's some of that. I've had that a long time. I'm pretty sure I've got a big piece of that somewhere. That. More of that. And then this was my granddaughter's skirt. So it could be anything. I won't keep going. It could be anything, to be honest. This all needs to go back. So there we go. You know, I will make a plan and try and plan it out properly. And I like, you know, I'm not, well, maybe I should. I was going to say maybe I should challenge myself and do something really bright and colourful, because I'm a bit like this sort of thing. I do tend to do, you know, have sort of fairly low key colours, you know. Don't really go for bright colours usually. I'll be putting some stripes in there, and some old bits of cloth from, you know, dresses and skirts that I've cut up over the years. That's another one of my granddaughter's skirts. It's got a stain on it. It's got actually a pretty silver thread running through it as well. So yeah, that could be nice. So like I said, I need to figure out if I'm going to do, you know, have a colour, a dominant colour, a main colour, or whether I'm going to just mix it up completely. I doubt I'll be mixing it up completely, to be honest. I just don't, that's not my scene. But, you know, I could have like a, you know, a bright colour as the dominant colour, and then lots of colours in between. I just don't know. I'm trying to think what to do. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. But actually, I mean, I that would be good for thread painting if you could get a needle through it. I think it might be pretty tough to get a needle through that. Oh no, it's not. It's not at all. So, you know, that would be good for thread painting. Love this. They are so pretty. I planted some of these this year, Morning Glory, and this colour, and they didn't come up. I was really disappointed. But yeah, I think that would be nice. And the same with this actually. There's more of that Morning Glory, but a different colour. This was Laura Ashley fabric that I got from a charity shop. Sort of a, you know, sample. But look at that. So I could again do some thread painting with that. Yeah, that would be lovely. So I might go for something traditional like this. You know, mix it up a little bit. You know, those two, well, they don't go together, but so does it? Yeah. So yeah. I could keep going forever, guys. I'll just show you one last pile. Let's just see what we've got here. Another piece to thread paint, and then I've got little bits of fabric like that. Those, you know, that's antique. These are vintage, but you know, again, thread paint. These are vintage ones as well. Love that. This is antique, and that's antique as well. Beautiful, love that. that. Gorgeous. Look at the colours in that. Let me open it up for you. Look at my piles just getting bigger and bigger. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Some of this. And another piece like this. Gorgeous. That's some antique. And then more of these sort of roses for thread painting. So as I said, I mean, this is literally just a small pile of what I have. I'm very lucky. I've got a lot. Yeah, more of that. I've got this piece here. That from a, you know, a sample. It's a bit thick, that. I don't know how to use that on it, but you never know. And then more of this, and this has got that Morning Glory on it. And again, a different pattern, blue with brown. I like that brown and the blue together. Beautiful. So, yeah. Oh, there it is. That's different though. It's the same but different. It's different fabric. It's a softer one, this one, so I'd probably use this. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there because, you know, I could go on forever with all of these. And I have to put them all away now. Oh, which is, you know, there's so much that I could show you, but I don't think you want to be on. Look at this. I love this. I got this from a lady on Etsy. I can't remember the name now, but it was in a pack of fabrics, and they're mostly white and creams, and then this was sort of tucked in, and I just thought that was so pretty. It's not vintage, I don't think, but isn't it pretty? I just love that, sort of those little roses. So a little piece of that would be nice. So yeah, this is all, you know, this is all to be decided, and I will, you know, make a start, and then, I mean, I would love to make a start now, but time's already passed, and I don't know what I'm doing. I need to make that decision first. So, but I'll probably spread all these things out and have a look and see which ones I want to use, and then, you know, I'm covered in rose thorn scratches and little black dots from when I did the painting today. Right, I think that's going to be it, guys. You know, if anything crops up, I might do a little craft with me shortly, but I think it's probably not going to be tagged onto this one because it's probably going to be too long. But thank you, as always, for your lovely comments. Means a lot. You've all been so kind with comments on my latest videos, and I'm just so grateful to you. But you know, I really appreciate you all, and I hope you are enjoying these, you know, these videos and changing things up a little bit sometimes. So anyway, I will keep going, and I will be back very soon with another video, and I mean very soon, because I'd like to get some work done. So anyway, you take care, everyone, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.